a beggar came to an emperor's palace. The emperor was just in the garden, so he heard the beggar. The man on the gate was going to give something, but the beggar said, "I have one condition. I always take from the master, never from servants." The emperor heard the beggar. He was taking a walk, so he came to look at this beggar, because usually beggars don't have conditions. If you are a beggar, how can you have conditions? Seems to be a rare beggar. So he came to look, and he was a rare beggar. The emperor had never seen such an emperor-like man before. He was nothing. This man had some glory around him, a grace. Tattered his dress was, almost naked, but the begging bowl was very, very precious. The emperor asked, "Why such condition?" The beggar said, "Because servants are themselves beggars, and I don't want to be rude to anybody. Only masters can give. How can servants give? So if you are ready, you can give, and I will accept it. But then too I have a condition, and that is, my begging bowl has to be completely filled." The emperor saw the small begging bowl, started laughing and said, "You seem to be mad. Do you think I cannot fill your bowl?" And then he ordered his ministers to bring precious stones, incomparable, unique, and fill the bowl with them. But they got into difficulty, because the more they filled the bowl, the stones would fall in it and they would not even make a sound, they would simply disappear. And the begging bowl remained empty. Then the emperor was in a fix, his whole ego was at stake. He, a great emperor who ruled the entire earth, could not fill a begging bowl. He ordered, "Bring everything, but this begging bowl has to be filled." His treasures for days together, all his treasuries were emptied, but the bowl remained empty. There was no more left. The emperor had become a beggar, all was lost. The emperor fell to the beggar's feet and said, "Now, I am also a beggar, and I beg only one thing. Tell me the secret of this bowl, it seems to be magical." The beggar said, "Nothing magical at all. It is made off human mind. Every human mind is just like this begging bowl. You go on filling it, it remains empty. You throw the entire worlds together, and they simply disappear without making any sound. You go on giving, and it is always begging. Being satisfied and feeling fulfilled are what we all ultimately strive for. You can lead a more satisfying life by making a few small changes. Focus on the positive. For every negative thing that comes to mind, force yourself to find a positive thing. This will lead to a more positive outlook on life, and a more positive attitude in the long run. Find your stress relief. Figure out what soothes you, the things that most reduce your stress. Whether it's playing guitar or sports, or whatever, you need to find a hobby that quiets your mind and gives you a sense of inner peace. Don't be afraid to take time for yourself. It's natural for people to get overwhelmed when they're busy. Rather than allowing yourself to get so overwhelmed, you just throw your hands up in frustration and give up. Learn to recognize when you're getting close to your breaking point, and then take a break. Do not be ashamed to take a personal day. Realize that your mental health is just as important as your physical health. Take responsibility for your actions. When you find yourself in a bad situation, it's easy to point fingers and blame other people for your problem, but that does not remedy the situation. Rather than focus on what could have been done, take responsibility for your own actions, and then examine the situation. Take control of the things you can, let go of everything else and accept the things you cannot change. Be more understanding. One of the biggest stressors for most individuals comes from misunderstanding. When conversing, listen without judgment and leave your mind open. The ability to see from another's perspective will allow you to learn more and think more abstractly. Reevaluate your relationships. One by one, consider each and every relationship you have. Think about how they affect you in your daily life. Who wants to see you succeed? Who inspires you? Who makes you happy? On the other side, who might be dragging you down? Who might make you feel bad about yourself? Who might be a toxic influence on you? Be brutally honest with yourself, and distance yourself from the people who you feel might be sapping your energy. Surround yourself with people who are positive influences and people who make you happy, enhancing your quality of life. Live your best life. Only you know what truly makes you happy. Don't let other people dictate how to live your life. Walk your own path without fear of judgment. Of course, your family and friends are important, and it is absolutely fine to go to them for advice when you need it, but it's ultimately your decision whether you take that advice. Every individual has just one life to live, so remember, live your life how you want to live it. Thanks for watching.